Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to make a quick video about the X-maxx stock servo, or 2085. I have decided to take on a X-maxx project, which I'm calling Project Budget Max, where I'm utilizing a bunch of parts from my original X-maxx, which is highly upgraded. Anyhow, I wanted to change this stock steering servo to a metal gear, and so to do that I've bought the kit. It's 2087X. Now on my upgraded X-maxx, I spent $100 and purchased the 2085X, which is a metal geared steering servo, and it was right around $100. But for Project Budget Max, I decided that I would just convert this to a metal gear. This kit ran about $30, so the difference between $30 and $100 is considerable. Maybe I should read the directions. Anyhow, this kit comes with all the internal gears and a nylon washer. Yeah, I'm just not sure if I have to loosen these screws on the back to separate this or not. Kind of seems like I do. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these screws out of the back. Taking the ones out of the front. I am using a PH000 bit. These are very tiny Phillips head screws. So if you want to do this conversion, you're going to have a small bit set. Alright, let's see here. There we go. Now, hopefully this is pretty straightforward. Hopefully. There's a little bearing right there. That I'm most likely going to need. I want to keep these all in the order that they came off. Now, when I was running this servo to begin with, I had a point where I lost steering in the X-maxx, and once I got it to come back, the steering was off, almost as if it was off by a tooth. So I had expected that I would find a gear in here that was either missing some teeth or damaged in some way. But so far, I'm just not seeing it. So basically, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, guys. You know, you can take it apart, you can see where the gears go. It's not anything overly complicated. Plus, they include this beautiful diagram in case there's any question about how things are supposed to go back together. But considering that this is pretty straightforward, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be an issue. The only other thing that I will say is this comes with, it doesn't come with the bearings. I wish it did. I really do. I wish it came with the bearings, but it doesn't. You do get this little plastic bushing, which, if you can see, I don't know if the camera's going to focus in on that. You have a bushing in here that has a slot, and the new gear has basically just the opening with a slot, and this plastic bushing has ears on it that fit into those slots. Whoops. Just like that. Pretty straightforward. And that slot lines up to this output shaft. So once you get that all together, hopefully everything lines up. And there you have it. The only other things that I'm going to need are going to be this bearing on this gear, the new nylon washer, and they don't give you the new O-ring to seal the front of this, so I'm going to just simply reuse the old one, which, you know, it's not a huge deal if at some point in the future I have any problems with this or water getting in here. I will definitely consider replacing that. And that's it, guys. Just gonna put this all back together, put the screws in it. I'll install it in Project Budget Max and test it, make sure everything works. Before I put this case all the way back together, you notice there's a little bit of white lithium grease in here and some white lithium grease on the gears. I'm going to put a couple dabs of grease in here prior to reassembly, and that's going to keep all these gears moving and turning freely. But that's it, guys. This was a $30 upgrade compared to $100 for the 285X, and literally the only difference are the metal gears. So instead of spending $100, I've spent $30 and I'm upgrading my stock X-maxx steering servo. If you found this video helpful, or you like the information, or you want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe and smash that bell.